Are you ready?
My coach, Barbara H. Smith. Why did I hire her? Because she's the best.
Barbara H. Smith is a powerhouse. She just walks in the room and grabs your attention, and she does that in a way that just makes you feel loved and like she's paying attention to you. She cares about you, and she wants to see you be your best self.
She was able to dig inside and find the passion that was deep within me.
Barbara's energy is one of the reasons that I had to have her as my coach. I love the way she is real with people.
The reason I felt like I needed a coach was because I have some big goals and I needed to build my confidence. I knew that Barbara could help me do that.
I felt that I could trust her.
I would definitely recommend to get coaching from Barbara H. Smith if you feel like you need to level up your confidence. She would just help you feel like bold, like you can take on the world.
She has really shown me who I am. She has changed my mindset to a place that I know that I am more powerful today than I would have ever been if I had never met Barbara Smith.
Yeah, here we go. So happy it's Tuesday night once again, right here on the Barbara H. Smith Show, where we showcase small businesses. Let me tell you, we have a phenomenal lineup tonight, but first, let me bring the sensational, smooth, and sexy Shani Smith to the stage.
Well, you are so kind. You are so kind. How are you tonight?
I am great and grateful. Thank you so much, Shani, for all you do for the Barbara H. Smith organization. And thank you so much for being my co-host. How are you tonight?
I am fantastic. I want to thank everyone out there for being with us tonight. But I have a question for everybody. I want to know, what kind of merchandise would you like to see coming from the Barbara H. Smith and Associates organization? Like, what do you like? Do you like stress balls? We all need sanitizer, right? Do you like masks? Do you like notebooks? Let us know in the chat so we can find out what you like.
You just divulged that we're going to have merch, baby. Merchandise coming your way. That is so phenomenal. So, without further ado, please follow Shani's direction and drop in the chat what you want to see. What would you wear or use as merchandise from BHS and Associates? We have a phenomenal first guest. Let me tell you, her greatest passion and life's purpose is to use her God-given talents to inspire, uplift, empower people in an entertaining and informative way. My girl. That brings them joy, and she pursues it through writing and teaching. A native Chicagoan, she earned her BA in radio, TV, and film from the University of Wisconsin in Oshkosh. I went to the University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee, and her MA and PhD from UNC Chapel Hill. In 2018, she was the first Black woman to be tenured at UNC Chapel Hill. Whoop, whoop, in the School of Journalism and Media, where she also serves as the school's inaugural director of Access, Belonging, Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity. She is also the Julian W. Scheer Term Associate Professor and owns, I hope I don't get this wrong, Ryomi Publishing, LLC, an independent book publishing and consulting company. We need to talk, Trevi. Based in North Carolina, in Durham, Trevi is the author of several novels, Time Will Tell and Round About Midnight, co-editor of two scholarly anthologies, and has contributed to numerous anthologies and publications. Round About Midnight received the 2019 Outstanding Book Award from the National Association of Black Journalists. Help me welcome Dr. Trevi.
What has time told you about the power of friendship in your life? Hi, I'm Trevi A. McDonald, author of the novel Time Will Tell A coming-of-age story about the power of friendship in the lives of three Chicago women who are attending their 10-year high school reunion. And the sequel, Roundabout Midnight, a story about dissolving issues, healing hurts, and celebrating Black love. You can find out more about my books at my website, www.drtrevi.com. Thank you.
And there she is, the beautiful Dr. Trevi McDonald. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I am doing great. I love you all's energy. Thank you so much for having me this evening.
You are so welcome. I hear you're part of the Black Business Expo USA. Is that for real?
I've participated and done signings at Black Business Expo in the past.
Awesome. We're glad to have you a part of us tonight. So let's dig right in. You went to the University of Wisconsin. Are you from there or are you from here?
I'm from Chicago originally.
Okay.
And I had my sights set on someplace much more warmer and sunnier than the Midwest.
Yeah.
And at the time when I was getting ready or applying to colleges, Miami Vice was a really hot show. So I thought I was going down to Coral Gables, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
UW Oshkosh offered me a 4-year full tuition scholarship.
Oh, that trumps Miami right quick, right?
But it didn't, I was a teenager. So at the time it didn't. I called my brother in my room and I said, you got to promise not to tell mom and dad. And I showed him the letter. And of course, he went running down the hall. Trevi got a full tuition scholarship. And I started crying. So my brother told my parents to buy me a car to stop me from crying. And that didn't happen until I graduated from college. But my mom sat me down and she told me I have enough money saved to send you to the University of Miami for 1 year, or you can go to Oshkosh and get a degree.
Ooh, ouch.
And a car.
Yeah, and a car eventually. And I could go to Oshkosh without having to take out any student loans.
Right.
There you go.
This doesn't make sense. I mean, Miami, I know Miami Vice was cool and all that, but getting your degree without paying, I think that trumped Miami Vice. Yeah. Right. So then what happened?
Go ahead. I went to UW Oshkosh. I was a radio, TV, film major. My mom said I couldn't think of majoring in anything else. I had radio, TV, film on the brain, worked with the campus radio station, television station, and got tired of walking to class with icicles on my eyelashes.
Sorry. She's not kidding, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. She's not kidding, by the way.
At UW Milwaukee, did they put sand down on the ice so that you wouldn't slip? Because that's what they did in Oshkosh.
No, you just
No. It was like a sheet of ice all winter long, covered with sand.
The first year I was there was probably the coldest and the worst winter ever. They called out the U.S. National Guard to melt snow. And little old ladies were climbing snowbanks and sliding down to cross the street. And I had never seen anything like that in my life.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Frozen.
So that sand on the ice, that was your beach, huh? That was all you were getting. They say you're not at the beach. We're going to bring the beach to you.
That was good, Shani. That was good. So you left, you stayed in Oshkosh, you stayed in Wisconsin, and then what?
I graduate school.
You stayed for graduate school?
I came to Chapel Hill, North Carolina for graduate school. I wanted to get out of the Midwest.
Did you know people in North Carolina?
Not really. I dated a guy from North Carolina my senior year of college, and he talked about how wonderful North Carolina was and
all about the boys,
the beaches, the mountains. So I applied, and before my application reached the department, we broke up. But I came anyway.
Okay. Ooh, that sounds so familiar. I don't want to talk about that.
And I didn't just survive here, I thrived.
That's good.
Excellent. That's what it's all about.
So Blues Radio 62 says at least they had Summerfest. Yeah, Summerfest don't make up for how cold it is in the wintertime, Mark. Just saying. And Kimberly Holiday, thank you for being out there. Yes, that definitely trumps the beach. And she said, well, the sun was there. Yeah, the sun was there. Where? In Milwaukee? I mean, it got Oshkosh. But anyway.
So you're in TV, you're in radio. What inspired you to become a writer? Like, how'd you start to that point? Was it natural for you?
I actually started writing when I was about 6 years old. My dad had one sister, and I'm the only niece.
Okay.
So she sent me a dress. It wasn't a birthday or Christmas, no special occasion. And my mom said, you know, you're in school, you can write now. You have to write her a thank you note. And she wrote me back. And so I actually started writing through writing letters. And then when I was about 10 years old or so, my friends and I used to get together in the summers and write plays. And in our plays, we were always 19 because you're out of high school. You know, you could drive, you could have a boyfriend. And we thought that was a cool age. And we always incorporated like the current songs into our plays. And in 6th grade, I wrote and illustrated a book for homework. And my teacher entered it in Illinois Young Authors.
Wow.
So me and 2 classmates, Don Mescal, who lived in Virginia Beach, as well as another classmate, Nona Austin, were selected from our school. And Gwendolyn Brooks was the keynote speaker.
What?
She was a poet laureate for the state of Illinois. And she autographed our books.
Oh, man, that's priceless. So Gwendolyn Brooks autographs your books before she's known well worldwide, and now you have her autograph like forever.
Yes.
Y'all better get my autograph before I'm worldwide famous. Just saying.
Yeah. I decided to, when I was in high school, that I wanted to be a journalist, and wrote for our high school newspaper, the Kenwood Kaleidoscope in Chicago. Malcolm Jamal Warner, during the heyday of the Cosby Show, was filming a movie called The Father Clement Story. Wow. And I was really shy and reserved, but I was bold enough to go to that set and hand deliver a letter to the director that said, "Dear Mr. Warner, or do you prefer Malcolm Jamal? A feature story on you in the Kenwood Kaleidoscope would be jamming on the one."
Oh,
now that's bold.
That is bold. Thank you so much, Lucia. Lucy in from Nairobi. You know, it's 3:00 in the morning in Nairobi.
Wow.
And she tuned in. Thank you, Lucy. I'll see you next week.
Thank you. Yeah. So I did an interview with him. And so did several other people in my high school class.
Because you were bold enough to ask.
Yeah. Some other people actually got interviews as well. So none of our stories were published in the school newspaper. And that kind of discouraged me from print, but I got involved when I went to Oshkosh with radio. And I just absolutely loved radio.
And do you still do radio shows now?
I just launched a podcast series actually for my diversity class. I teach diversity and media pretty much every semester. So the class project is a podcast called Can You Hear Us Now?
Oh.
And it looks at inclusivity in the media. So I had teams of students who produced episodes. So I had 13 episodes for the first season. And then I had like a web design team that designed the website, as well as a branding team that came up with the name and the style guide, and a social media team.
Now, where can we tune in?
I was just going to say that.
Simplecast. It's on Audible with Amazon.
Can you type it in the chat so we can get it?
Yes.
And then I want to ask you, when did you decide that you wanted to teach?
So when I was actually working at the radio station in college, my professor, who was the director of radio services, Ben Jarman, I thought Ben had the coolest job in the world. When I was a sophomore, I asked him, what degrees do I need to do what you do? Because I want to do what you do. So I decided very early on. He was a radio professor. He taught courses specifically in radio and sound and audio engineering.
That's interesting.
So really everything catapults from your boldness to just ask for what you want.
Yeah, for someone who was really shy.
You can stop telling that story right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can stop with that.
Stop that right now.
And
nobody's that shy that you walk up to Malcolm Jamal Warner and say,
jamming on the one.
"Excuse me, sir, what would you prefer be called?" I'm going to make the story on you, whether you like it or not. And nobody does that. Who does that? So you can stop telling that part of the story. Just saying. That was awesome. That was so bold and on point, because it talks to how we all need to have a vision for what we want and just go for it. So many people are stuck because they just won't go for what they want.
Yeah, you have to feel the fear and do it anyway. A lot of times people are afraid of rejection, but instead think about, well, what happens if this is successful?
Right.
What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Dr. Susan Jeffers says, feel the fear and do it anyway. Her whole book, right?
Right.
And that's what we have to do. We have to stop letting fear stop us. Because what is fear anyway? It's all right here.
That's
right.
It's
not even real. It's not even a real thing. I mean, it's not even a tangible thing. You can't touch it. You can't smell it. You can't taste it. It's not real. So stop letting
I swear I can taste it sometimes.
You gotta stop letting that thing stop you from having the life you want to have. Look at Dr. Trevi. She went ahead, felt the fear. Oh, I'm scared. I'm doing it anyway.
Yep.
I like what you're doing. How can I do it?
Yeah.
And you're doing it. So you write your first book, right? Who publishes it? Who did that?
I started my own company. I started Rayomi Publishing, and
you're so shy and afraid, right? I'm not buying that story. You can definitely put that where.
So I attended grad school at UNC Chapel Hill. Finished. I was 25 when I earned my PhD, and I was unemployed. And I asked,
how many old?
25. I went to school straight through. And I asked myself, what can I do right now to make myself more marketable? So during the semester that I was looking for a job, 3 book projects were born. 2 of them were scholarly books. And then sort of in the middle, I got this idea to write this novel, Time Will Tell, because my own high school reunion was coming up. And I had some friends I was really close to in high school, but we kind of lost contact because we went to college in different parts of the country. And I just wonder, like, what might our lives have been like if we had kept that contact? Wow. And it's really interesting because I wrote a haiku called Commit to Your Dreams. And the desire.
What?
A haiku.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
so
all of us out here who don't know what a haiku is, come on,
so
tell us.
It's a poem that has it's 3 lines. It has, I think, 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third.
Okay. I did hear that. I just did not. Apparently, I didn't know how to pronounce it. Hey, cool.
But it really ties into what we're talking about.
Yes.
Feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Commit to your dreams, and the desired resources are provided now.
They will come.
And that was my experience. I told my family that I was going to write this novel. My mom said, you need to find a job.
Always the realist. Mama's is always the realist, let me tell you.
My brother's like, that's a really, really big thing. And you really do need to find a job. And my dad said, I have books on writing. So I borrowed his books. I was home for the Christmas break, came back to North Carolina where I was starting to teach as an adjunct, teaching public speaking at North Carolina State. And snow was in the forecast. I said, big deal. I'm from Chicago.
Right.
I went to college in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. We got 6 inches of snow, 2 inches of ice, and 2 more inches of snow on top of that. And we were in for a week. And that's when I developed.
You brought the snow from Chicago.
I think you might be right. And I had never seen snow before here.
No.
And she didn't bring the sand, obviously. So they were stuck.
She just brought the snow.
nor any salt.
I want to take a pause here and say hello to our guests. We have Kimberly Holiday out there. Thanks, Kimberly, for showing up again. We have Lucy. Lucy is from Nairobi, Kenya, 3 a.m. in the morning. Zalika's out there, and our love of our life, Eliza Dukes Carter, is out there. Follow your heart's desire. That's what she says. Greetings, beautiful ladies. That's what she said. Thanks, Eliza, for being out there. We appreciate all of our guests when they show up, because we couldn't do this show without you. Dr. Trevi also wrote a great book about people who survived using faith. How can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so it's titled How We Got Over Testimonies of Faith, Hope, and Courage. And it's a collection of stories from people really around the world,
Mm-hmm.
just about overcoming obstacles and challenges in life through faith and steadfast determination.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what it takes: persistence,
Yeah.
faith, determination.
Yeah, the faith to know that it'll all work out too.
Whether
You know,
it's illnesses or just challenges. One story that I found that was really, really remarkable, one of the writers talked about going to a funeral on her lunch break, and the car that she was riding in was hit broadside. It went airborne and it landed in a parking lot in between two parked cars. And neither
Oh,
she or the
my.
driver were hurt.
And she survived.
She survived and the driver survived. They weren't
That,
in.
that's amazing. That's
no,
nothing but the hand of
nothing.
God laying that car down in the right spot.
That's what that's
like
the name of the
literally,
story, the hand of God.
Yeah.
literally,
That
yeah.
is whoo, stuff like that make, and that's interesting, because when you hear things like that and people say there is no God, you're like, I got no words for that, because you cannot possibly think that just happened to happen. Come on now. So we got, yes, Eliza, miracles are real. God's design. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Right.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Alika. Loving that you're out there too tonight. And Lucy, persistence, faith, and determination. And Lucy has an organization in Nairobi that helps young people who are homeless.
Oh,
And
wow.
she's an amazing, amazing woman. One touch, one life. One touch, one life. That's her organization. One life, one touch. I don't know. Type it in for me, Lucy. One life, one touch, I think it is. But anyway, she's an amazing woman. She does wonderful outreach work. And I'm going to get her one of these days on the Barbara Smith Show. Yep, you heard it right. She's going to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Show up on the Barbara Smith Show.
Looking cute, I'm sure. No, so we got to that. You started a publishing company. What is the name of it?
It's Rayomi. It's actually an acronym for Renew Your Mind. And it comes from my favorite Bible verse, Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yes. Girl, you better say that.
And I just had to have, a name that nobody else had. So I thought I was making something up. And then I found out that it is a Yoruba word meaning God gives us joy. Orayomi. I had no idea.
Wow.
You didn't have to have any idea. God had the idea.
That was divine. Yeah, I mean, even after I wrote the book, it sat in a manuscript box underneath my bed for over a year before I decided to do anything. And I got to the point I was about to turn 30, and I said, I don't want to look back when I'm 80, and this book is still underneath my bed in a box. And I decided then to step out on faith.
Good for you.
So what makes you do it? Why not have someone else publish it? Like what said to you, you know what? I'm going to publish it myself. How does that happen?
When I first started writing it, there was a woman at my church who was also writing a book, and she had an MBA, and she convinced me we didn't need New York. We could start a company and publish the books ourselves. And I was relying very, very heavily on her MBA. I was excited. I finished writing my book. She's still writing her book. And yeah. So I was really afraid. I prayed for direction one Sunday. And then in Kalamazoo, Michigan, a friend of mine was in praise and worship while I was praying in Durham, North Carolina. And God sent him a message that was, and he who put a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. So those
drop the mic. I love it. So do you do who is your target market for publishing books?
So these books are really targeted to women. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to put any age range, because with time will tell, since the story starts chronologically with the senior prom and follows the characters up to the 10-year reunion. Mm-hmm. You have, I think, like anybody getting ready to go to high school, especially people who have been sheltered like I was, should read it, because it kind of lets you know what you might experience or things that might happen. And then I hear a lot of women who are middle aged and older
Mhm.
say that the book, through the book, they're able to relive their college years.
Wow.
Listen,
So go
mine
ahead,
were a
Johnny.
whirlwind. I barely remember anything, to be honest with you.
What, college or high school?
Yeah, kind of both, but definitely college. I'm like, did I go?
I remember everything from high school and college. Actually, I had fun because I didn't really have to study a whole lot. But anyway, Lucy, her organization is One Touch One Life organization. So I want to get that right.
Yeah.
She again is an amazing woman. I want to ask you now about, you said that women typically are your target market. What kinds of ways do you reach out to sell your books or get people to publish with you?
Oh, just really a variety of ways. I've made connections with authors really through the years and throughout my journey because Time Will Tell originally came out in 1999.
Wow.
When I wrote it, I was young and foolish enough to end it with a cliffhanger, not really realizing that life would happen and it would
Mm-hmm.
take me nearly 20 years to write the sequel.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So Round About Midnight is the sequel to Time Will Tell, and that came out in 2018. And I sort of re-released Time Will Tell at that same time.
and
So
then
throughout my journey, I've met like lots of authors. I've been in just like different marketing groups with authors as well.
so did you leave a cliffhanger in this one?
No,
In Okay, so
No,
so we're
I
moving
this
on
will be
to
a
the
whole
next.
nother one. Totally separate story.
yeah, I ended it. So I picked it up exactly because I have somebody who's like reconnected with a high school crush. They're on a plane going to Australia for a couple of years, and they're thinking this guy didn't mean what he said because he didn't show up, but they don't know he's on the plane because
Oh,
Okay,
it's like that type of a cliffhanger.
so can
okay.
we ever expect to see this in film?
I would love to see it in film. I
So
would-
basically, you just have to say it then, right? You
Yep.
just said it, right? So we'll say that again, so that it can be, because
Yes.
thoughts are things and words mean something.
Absolutely.
All right.
Um,
Can you talk to me about this director of access, belonging, inclusion, diversity, and equity some more?
Yeah. So at my university, my dean asked me to actually be the director of diversity, equity, and inclusion for our journalism school. We have had a diversity and inclusion committee, but the university has a council and they have representation from people across the campus. So in the year and a half really that I've been in the role, we've just really made a lot of progress.
Mhm.
We have a course proposal approved for a core course in cultural competency. We've established a board of students to meet with the top school leadership and sort of in an advisory role as well, and just lots of programming that we've been able to plan around DE&I. And most recently, we have some funding opportunities that the Abide, we call ourselves Abide Now committee, has for like grants and travel opportunities for faculty and staff in the school.
that's
That's
wonderful. And
major.
so are you finding that your programs are working to make sure that there's diversity, inclusion, equity, and advocacy?
So that is something that we're definitely working on. We've had a lot of just different issues going on in the last year in the school, and we are also in the process of getting a new dean. So we are in transition right now,
Mhm,
but it is something that the committee is very committed to, sort
mhm.
of looking at diversity in all areas and are working and striving towards.
And the work is very much needed across the globe, not just here in North Carolina and Virginia, but it's needed across the globe. And we're seeing some shifts, but it's not, in my estimation, my humble opinion, it's not moving fast enough for me. I'm
I
just saying.
agree.
But at least we are doing some things where we were stuck in the mire. One last question for you. Can you talk some about Hannah Nicole?
Okay, so yes, Nicole Hannah Jones, Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, MacArthur Genius, and UNC Distinguished Alumna, and the author of the 1619 Project.
Mm.
That was one of the controversies that our school experienced last summer. Our school offered
Not
her
your school either. Not just your school.
right, but the journalism school wanted to hire her in a night chair position, and she was offered the position. We later found out without tenure as a full professor, and everyone else who's been in that position before has come in as a full professor with tenure.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really, really pleased to see my colleagues in the school really fight and advocate for her all that we could. And then the really across the campus and community, people advocated for her. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually, the Board of Trustees, on the last possible day that they could, voted, and she got the majority or the votes that she needed to be tenured. But she decided to actually go into that role at Howard University.
Well, good for her.
I was going to say the same thing.
Good for her. Well, we have had a time with you, Dr. Trevi McDonald. It has been our pleasure. It has been an amazing journey listening to you talk about all of the things that you're involved in. We wish you much success. We will be talking to you in the green room right after the show. Thank you so much for being here on the Barbara H. Smith Show.
Thank you.
Now, don't you go away. It's halftime, and we're getting ready to go to commercial break, but we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know. There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box. I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people. Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kinston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
Well, guess what, Shani? We lost our second guest. It's all good. We have so much going on in the BHS and Associates organization. Shani and I are going to kind of talk to each other and tell you some stuff that's going on. first and foremost, we are rebranding. And so instead of Barbara H. Smith LLC, the organization is called what, Shani?
BHS and Associates.
And why are we calling it us and Associates, do you think?
Because the team is just growing exponentially. Just saying.
We just had so many people that want to be part of the BHS organization. And so we wanted them to be included as part of the organization. And so we rebranded, and our name is BHS and Associates. You'll start to see more logos and information about the BHS and Associates brand. And then we also have that we are coming up on March 1st, very, very quickly. And we're going to be showing up where? On Roku. Oh my God, that's huge.
Oh my gosh. Salika said, I'm rocking the box.
Salika's rocking the box. Yes, and we are going to be on Roku, and I can't even tell you how many channels right now, but we will find out very shortly what our reach is. Right now we're at over 200 countries with the IBM TV network. We're streaming to over 200 countries. Kenya is one of them because Lucy showed up tonight to prove that. Thank you, Liza. Liza said congratulations. And then what else is going on?
Oh my gosh, what else? We have a retreat, an executive women's retreat coming up this October. Yeah. 3 days of workshops and relaxation. Don't forget, we're not gonna forget that part, right?
Right.
You don't want to miss it. You're gonna come out of this empowered, relaxed, and ready to rock
the box.
The box. Just saying.
At the retreat, we have some special guests and some special gifts. We also have what's going on is a spa retreat, a spa portion where you get to go to the spa. It's included. We also have get this, headshot marketing and branding for every participant. Rock the box. That's right, Lucy. We're going to have such a fun time, and you'll go away refreshed, relaxed, rejuvenated. We're going to tell you more about that after a while. But and Lucy, don't call me Babs. We're not gonna be friends. You no Babs, no Babs in the market. Okay.
No Babs, no bar.
No Babs, no bar. 2 bars and an A. 2 bars and an A. B-A-R-A. My mama named me Barbara, not Babs, not Barb. Anyway, we need to go off on a tangent. Okay. So before the retreat, even the Barbara H. Smith organization now translates into the BHS and Associates organization, has been around for how many? 10 years in November. Right after the retreat, we roll right into 10-year anniversary. It is going to be a phenomenal year. And we didn't even mention that next week on Sunday, what?
Somebody's going somewhere.
Who that somebody is? Who that be, Sophia? Who that be, Harper?
I think it might be you.
On the 20th of, what is this, February? On the 20th of February, we have been invited to speak at a conference called the Global Summit in Nairobi, Kenya, and in Kisii, Kenya. And so I will be leaving to go there. Shani's gonna hold it down. Whole show, everything gonna be held down by Shani Smith. So don't not show up. I'll know because I'm gonna be watching from Kenya. Just saying. Dr. West has so graciously invited us to come and participate, and so I am grateful to be there. At this time, I want to also give real big kudos to everybody that works on the IBM TV network. Nick Palavita, Mark Lee, Dr. Eric Kelly III. All of these people have supported me. Nothing happens by yourself. Nothing happens in solo by yourself. Nothing happens solo by yourself. The success of the Barbara A. Smith Show, which, by the way, we forgot to mention that, is 1 year old on March the 23rd. And so we have some special things coming up for the Barbara A. Smith Show 1 year anniversary. I'm so excited about what God is doing in our lives. The people on the team, everything that's connected to me wins. I'm in my winning season, and I'm just grateful to God because all of it is because of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now, you don't have to like God. You don't like God. You don't love God. I love God. What's wrong with you?
Right. Now, I'm loving the comments that I'm getting in about different types of merchandise. But since we're talking about this 1 year anniversary show, what type of things would you guys like to see on the show for the 1 year?
Oh,
just out of curiosity, let us know.
Good question. What would you like to see for the 1 year anniversary show? We've got ideas of our own. We're going to come up with some really cool stuff. We may have some giveaways. We may have some merchandise. We just want to know, what would you like to see upcoming shows on the Barbara A. Smith Show? What interests you? What things are important to you? We want to bring some of that to the platform. Right, Shani?
Yes, and I want to give a disclaimer right now. I cannot sing, so please, no one put that in there because I cannot, I will not. So
I love that. I love that. Shani says she can hold a note in a paper bag. That's what she said.
In my hand. That's it.
I love it. So I want to also talk about the book. The Barbara A. Smith Speak Coach Train book is still on sale in Amazon.
This one?
Yeah, that one. You know,
one of my favorites.
But I want to talk to you.
Mine's all broken in.
Oh, I see that. I need to put a little duct tape on that side right there. Just say it. Keep it together.
I've already read it 3 times, so I love it. It's an easy read. It's great.
Yes, it is an easy read. And there's something I want to talk to you about from it. You know how we see with our eyes and we listen with our ears, we touch with our hands, and we smell with our noses. We know that. We consider reality, but there is an entire well-structured world of beliefs and thoughts. Let me say that part again. There's an entire well-structured world of beliefs and thoughts, I'm reading from this, that are way more powerful. I want to stop right there for a second, because in order to make yourself believe a certain thing, you have got to decide whether you're satisfied with where you are in life right now.
Wow.
In order to make sure that you believe a certain thing, you have to decide. You have to decide, not me. You have to decide whether you're satisfied with your life right now. That includes your thought processes, your emotions, your attitudes, the people you surround yourself with, the money you have, or whether you want to change these things and make your life better. Because guess what? You can change these things.
You're saying
me.
I can change.
Yes.
Whenever I'm ready.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have a choice. You have a choice. As a matter of fact, reading from the book, Speak, Coach, Train, Strategies to Discover Your Passion. As a matter of fact, your life as you know it right now is made up of all of the choices that you made, the good, the bad, and the ugly, that you've made up until this point. That's kind of hard to take for some of us.
Tough pill to swallow.
But I want you to hear it one more again. We all have choices. As a matter of fact, your life as you know it is made up of all of the choices, the good, the bad, and the ugly, that you've made up until this point. But all is not lost. Because today, starting today, you can change the trajectory of your life simply by thinking differently. Napoleon Hill said it best in Think and Grow Rich, right?
Right.
Dennis said it best, Kimbrough said it best in Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. All you have to do is change your thought. Do you know how many times somebody told me that? And I was like, that's a bunch of malarkey.
I mean, it's hard to imagine that it doesn't cost us anything.
No.
To change our mind, to change our thinking.
Change our mind. Change your mind and change your world. And that's what we talk about in our coaching programs. We have a coaching program. Gosh, we didn't even talk about that. We have a coaching program that helps you change your mindset. I had a client today who amazed me. He's only been in one coaching session. And when I saw him today, his whole demeanor was different. When I saw him the first time in the coaching session, I literally could see a veil over his face. I saw a veil, a dark shade, gray shade over his face. Today, when I met with him, he was lightened, he was brightened, he was smiling. And I said, what happened to you? He said, one coaching session with you happened to me. I said, really? God be the glory. I said, really? I said, but what was it that made a difference? He said, I started doing the one simple thing that you taught. I said, what was that? What was it, Shani? What do you think?
I bet it was affirmations, because it was only one session with you for me that changed things. So I know that's what it was.
He said it was affirmations.
That's what he said?
Yeah. He said it was affirmation. And not only did he take affirmation seriously, and what is an affirmation? It's declaring what you may not believe right now, but you're willing to say right now.
Anyway.
Let me say it again for them in the back. It's declaring what you may not believe right now, but you're willing to say right now, because your words have power. It's I am, and whatever comes after I am starts to happen. I can promise you it starts to happen.
Dr. Trevi said, and giving thanks in advance.
Yes, gratitude, the attitude of gratitude, for sure. And so he started saying, I am powerful. I am bold. I am grateful. I am thankful. He went out and bought affirmation cards, colorful cards. His strategy, 2 decks, one at the house, one in the office, and every single day he takes out 3 cards. 3 cards.
Wow.
And repeats those affirmations all day long. He said he puts them in his pocket. And when he goes to the restroom, or when he walks to another person's office, he pulls them out and he repeats the affirmation. The other thing he said is he stopped hanging around with negative people. Woo!
Stinking thinking will get you every time, will it not?
Stinking thinking. I love that. Well, not so much. I really love it. I love what you said, but I don't really love stinking thinking. What it is is hanging around people who always have that woe is me mentality. There's nothing ever positive in their lives. Move away. I heard someone recently say, Stan Matthews, I'm going to give that credit to him, said, 2 types of birds, both have feathers, a chicken and an eagle, but only one of them can fly. Which one are you? The chicken or the eagle? And so I'm saying to you that learning these techniques, my girl Sheila Gulledge is out there standing O. She gave us a standing O. She's sitting in her chair. She gave us a standing O. Okay, I love her to pieces.
She might be standing, you don't know.
These techniques in the Speak Coach Train, strategies to discover your purpose, strategies to discover your passion. I'm just delirious today. Will get you there. If you don't know what you want to be, if you haven't figured out, like I hadn't figured out what I wanted to be when I grow up. Dr. Trevi knew she was a writer from age 6. I wish I had that much wherewithal, consciousness, stick to itiveness back then. But I
PhD at 25. I mean, come on.
Sheila said she actually standing. Okay.
Bam. I'm there for you, Sheila. I had your back.
But the truth of the matter is we can change the trajectory of our lives just by thinking differently. Mm-hmm. I am a witness. I had that stinking thinking that Shani Smith is talking about. And by the way, did y'all notice our last names is the same?
Do you know we're both in Brooklyn right now too, apparently?
Black shirts on. Okay, I'm sorry. I was losing it for a second. But the Barbara H. Smith Speak Coach Train Strategies to Discover Your Passion will help you, guide you, give you 31 days of affirmations, give you techniques and strategies for you to go higher. That's what that book is about. And we're going to be talking about some other pieces of it in future episodes of the Barbara H. Smith Show. We're going to be changing the name of the Barbara H. Smith Show. We haven't divulged yet what that's going to be.
But I don't even know, guys. I don't even know.
It's a well-kept secret. Matter of fact, it's such a secret, I might not know what it is either.
Don't even.
We're working with a whole team of people right now. It is blooming. The organization is blooming and growing. I have a lot. Thank you, Sheila, for standing ovation. I have a lot of thanks to give to Shani Smith. She has been the ride or die, the standing O, the one who has held my hand and propped me up. And she tells me sometimes, you don't need to be doing that. No, I got that. You go ahead and do whatever it is you need to do next. And the relief and the weight and the pressure off me as the founder, CEO of Barbara H. Smith LLC has been lifted. And so I'm free to move about and do some things that I might not otherwise have been able to do. So I want to thank you so much, Shani. I tell you often that I appreciate you more than I could ever say that I do.
You are so welcome. You're so welcome that the Barbara H. Smith LLC then turned into BHS and Associates LLC. Okay.
We have so much going on, and we are so grateful for all that God has blessed us with. Thank you, Zalika. She congratulates us all, and we have so much to give and so much to offer to the community now. We're working on some things that we can't divulge just yet that's going to help the community. And we just want you to know that we appreciate all that you do, showing up here week after week, putting in your comments. We appreciate you. We're going to come up with some really cool stuff for the 1 year. I'm excited for next week to be somewhere else other than Virginia.
Wait, you don't want to stick around in case it snows or some more ice? No.
Actually, it's summer. If Lucy is still on, she can attest to it's summer in Nairobi right now. So I'm looking forward to some warmer weather. And we have so much to be grateful for. I just want you to know that we are always thanking God for what he's doing, what he is doing, what he has done, and what he's about to do in our organization. So hang out with us. Keep inviting. Stop by. Thanks, Alika. Stop by YouTube and subscribe. Please subscribe. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to have a super cool surprise for the audience. We want to make sure that you get to us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, all of these places on social media. Instagram is definitely out there. Like, share, post our stuff so that we get the algorithms moving. We appreciate you. What else is going on, Shani? Did I cover it all? We got some more stuff. What's going on?
Well, there is something pretty major. I'm going to give you a hint. It starts with empowered.
Oh my God. Go ahead. You tell it.
Empowered you. That's you. That's you as a university. That's YOU. That's you. Empowered you courses. When they drop, and let me just tell you, the first one is fire. Just saying. When they drop, be the first one to take this course. I'm telling you, want to be in that first batch. You don't even know what kind of surprises that we have in store for you. We have that. We have Level Up Your Life. We have so much going on.
Yeah, Empowering You University is our newest venture. We have a university we're standing up with courses that you can purchase online. They are very, very reasonably priced, and you're going to want to get some of the training that we do. We have done already, and so that's coming. We do have the Level Up Your Life. It's a 365-day journal for you to write down what you're learning from Speak Coach Train and how to keep yourself aligned. There are quotes in there, as well as places to write. I'm gonna give a sneak preview, even though I haven't told the class yet. We're working on 2 books that we're reading: Life Lessons from Mastering the Law of Attraction and The Prayer of Jabez. So if you want to join us in those reading books, we are reading those books coming up in our next coaching class. And so if you're interested in coaching, you know somebody who's interested in coaching with Barbara H. Smith, then just have them stop by. Support. Mark, help me out. Support at
BarbaraHSmith.com.
Woo! We just changed the domain name as well. Support at BarbaraHSmith.com. That's SUPPORT at BarbaraHSmith.com. We have so much going on in the organization. We're so grateful for all the support, all the love.
Did they put in what they like? What did Mama just say?
Mama said, did they put in what they'd like to have as merchandise? They're not texting yet, but they will. Mama's in the wings, and she don't realize she can be heard on the TV. I love her so much. I love it.
No, listen, it is the growth that is happening right now is such a testament to affirmations. I can tell you from the, I'm just going to say November to now, literally everything we have talked about and wrote about that's important comes like lightning speed. Like, didn't I just say that yesterday?
Yeah.
Now I'm still asking you for the Powerball numbers. I'm still waiting on that. Because everything you say literally happens like the next day or 2 days. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna need that for tomorrow. I believe it comes out tomorrow, Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'm gonna need those numbers.
I ain't asking God for no numbers. I'm just telling you that right now. We are walking in the favor of God. We are walking in what we talk about. We're walking in affirmations. We're walking in thoughts are things, and you change your mind and you change your world. Sheila Gulledge out there says it's exhilarating to see such good examples of Black excellence and obedience to God's will for you. I want to be like both of you when I grow up. Oh, Sheila. She is such an amazing friend, and she has been a friend for quite some time. She follows me. She encourages me. Sheila Gulledge, thank you so much. Zalika Jones is out there. Thank you so much, Zalika, for being there, always riding and dying with your mama over here. Lucy, I don't know if you're still up, baby girl, but we'll see you next week. Eliza, thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for all of you. Kimberly Holiday, Blues Talk, Blues Radio 62. We appreciate that you're out there. We know that we could not do this without you. We thank all of our fans across the globe who are watching faithfully the Barbara H. Smith Show. We love you. We love our fans. We love our guests. And we are going to have more exciting guests coming up. I don't know who we have from week to week. Shani surprises me every week with these phenomenal guests. I appreciate all. I can't say thank you enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mama, for being in the wings. Thank you, Robert, my husband, for being in the wings. My son, Tori in Coppage, and Malik, as well as Katara, all of them always watching me and saying how great the show is. I really appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart as we go into the next season of the Barbara H. Smith Show. I appreciate you so much. Last outtake, Shani.
I don't even know where I can get in after that. Like that, you covered it all. I mean, thank you, and stay tuned. I'm telling you, you miss a day, you miss a lot. Stay tuned, find out what we're doing, and definitely subscribe, like, and subscribe to that YouTube channel.
Appreciate it. Because you know what time it is, right? It's time for you to step into your greatness because the world is waiting for you. That's our show tonight. Thank you so much for being out there. Good night.
Good night.
Engage, inspire, empower. That's what I help you do as a celebrity, speaker, trainer, and coach. Hi, I'm Barbara H. Smith, known as the Masterful Presenter. I am the one that can help you dig deep inside your passions and deep inside your life to get you to the place you always dreamed.
I had the pleasure of hearing Miss Barbara Holmes Smith speak today, and just from her speaking to me today, I have realized that I need to have personalize my alter ego and be able to put myself out there a lot more.
I help through speaking techniques, teaching you how to use your words and your body language to inspire people to come up higher.
Today's presentation with Ms. Barbara was just outstanding. She has really helped me with her personality, with her being so genuine and passionate about what she believes in and helping to coach, train. Her sense of humor, her energy is just incredible.
How do I do that? By coaching and speaking and training. I help you with whatever it is that you want to do next. What is your next? Are you ready to take your life, your career to the next level? I can get you there. Contact me at www.barbarahsmith.com.